Creative engagement through the arts, BGCF celebrates a milestone and summer youth employment. Welcome to Lexington Now. It's the week of February 24th, 2020. I'm your host, Neil Noah. The Bluegrass Community Foundation is celebrating a major milestone in giving since its inception in 1967. We were there for the announcement.
Thank you for coming this morning. I'm Lisa Adkins. I'm President and CEO of Bluegrass Community Foundation, and we're so happy you've joined us at City Hall today to celebrate the Community Foundation's milestone of $100 million in total grants awarded since our founding in 1967. It all started as the dream of one Lexington couple who wanted to create an organization to provide opportunities for charitable giving for everyone, where friends, families, neighbors, and colleagues could invest together to make our community better for all. It's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Linda Gorton.
First of all, I want to welcome our council members who are here. We have Councilmember Bill Farmer and Councilmember Josh McKern, Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds. Thank you for being here. What a great day to celebrate. Today we are recognizing the extraordinary generosity of our citizens. Reaching the $100 million mark is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations, Lisa. And where is Fran Taylor? You need to be right up here too. Come on over here, ladies. Here. Anyway, congratulations to both Lisa and Fran and everyone at Bluegrass Community Foundation. You have helped inspire generosity. Philanthropy is such a very important part of our quality of life, which we enjoy in our city. It is a generous community. So it is my great pleasure to present you with a proclamation today, and I will read it right now. So this is Bluegrass Community Foundation Day. Whereas Bluegrass Community Foundation has surpassed the $100 million mark in grants it has awarded, with 95% of the funds staying in Kentucky to support local nonprofits, and whereas starting in 1967, with a single fund, the foundation now has almost 700 unique charitable funds, with total assets topping $140 million. And whereas the foundation was started by a group of civic leaders led by local philanthropists C.W. and Irene Soulier, who donated the first $1,000 to launch the agency. And whereas the $100 million milestone represents significant progress toward the foundation's mission of increasing community generosity, and whereas Bluegrass Community Foundation transforms lives thanks to the generosity of donors who invest together for our community. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare February 20th, 2020, Bluegrass Community Foundation Day in Lexington. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
2020.
So here we are all 52 years later going strong, and I don't think that's a coincidence. So I guess the formal check presentations, and here we go. So for each of them, and for the mayor, I should say, we have Cricket Press has done a commemorative poster of the $100 million milestone. So a check and a little mini poster for everyone. So
Thank you. Thank you very much.
so thank you so much.
Find out how you can help at bgcf.org. Live Green Lexington is partnering with Transylvania University and their Creative Engagement Through the Arts, or CETA class, to bring environmental issues to the forefront through arts workshops in the community. We spoke with the professors teaching the class.
It is a class that's designed to make artwork with, in, and for the community. So by with the community, we work collaboratively with children at Common Good and Arlington Elementary and Sayre School and a bunch of different spaces around the city. In the community, we make art and we do workshops and have lectures off of campus. So we are actually meeting directly in the places where people live and work north of Transylvania. And for the community, we do everything we can to give the artwork that we create back to the neighborhood in some fashion. From the very beginning, our point of teaching this class was to engage directly the people who are neighbors to the university. And these are the same people who, when we would talk to them and knock on their door for other artworks, we would realize that they're following the Transylvania University basketball team more closely than we do, as professors at the university even. And they think of the university very much as something that is part of their community. But until we started teaching this class, we felt like the university didn't also think of our immediate neighbors to the north as part of the community of the university. We feel like the best way for students to understand what it means to be a neighbor, or to, I guess an extension of that is to be an active participant in community and civic life, is to find ways to do that through things they're passionate about.
So the title of this project is If the Earth Could Text, which our students came up with. And where it started is Angela Poe from Live Green Lexington approached us just about a year ago. And she approached Kurt and me and she said, is there anything we can do together? Can we partner up on a project? Live Green Lexington focuses on environmental issues locally. And we thought that this is a great time, and actually every year from now on would be a great time to focus on the environment, because we're experiencing a severe environmental crisis that some people are paying attention to, but a lot of people are not. So that's where it all started. Why emoji? Because they're universal language. You don't need words, specific words, specific languages, people recognize what emoji mean. And so the idea was to create three-dimensional emoji that are connected to environmental issues and highlight them, draw attention to them, make them out of wood using a CNC router, and then invite people from the community, the larger Lexington community, but also the community to the north and east here of Transylvania, which is where the class has worked in the last many years. So invite folks to join us and embellish them as a way of really talking about the environment and what's going on and raising awareness. Everyone in the class is designing one emoji or has designed one emoji. The bird was the first one. It's the one Kurt and I designed. It's actually based on the Kentucky warbler. And what we wanted to highlight is the fact that in the last 50 years, the bird population of North America has decreased by 30%. Some of the other shapes are fish, so a fish that looks alive and a fish that's a skeleton of a fish. One of the shapes is the outline of a dress. We don't just need to recycle things, but we need to reduce and reuse. So each of the shapes is connected to a different kind of environmental concern, sometimes to ways to solve them or address them, and sometimes it's just saying, look, this is going on and it's pretty bad.
If you're interested in the workshops, contact Kate Todorova at transy.edu. After the break, summer youth employment.
Hi, my name is Ryan Geider. I work for Independence Place. It's a center for independent living, and we provide 5 core services for people with disabilities to help them live independently in the community. And I also serve on the Mayor's Commission for People with Disabilities in Lexington, Kentucky. And I'm here today to remind people not to park on sidewalks because it blocks access to people who use wheelchairs like myself, and also all pedestrians that need to use access to the sidewalks. It creates a barrier that makes people have to enter into the roadway into dangerous situations to go around cars. So if you could please remember, don't park on sidewalks and block pedestrians' access. On behalf of Independence Place and the Mayor's Commission for People with Disabilities, thank you.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. The popular Summer Youth Employment Program is back again, and we sat down with Brianna Persley of Partners for Youth, who told us all about it.
I'm Brianna Persley with Partners for Youth, and this year we're excited to take the baton and run with it for the Summer Youth Job Training Program. We are partnering and collaborating with Fayette County Public Schools, who will be doing the recruitment of youth this year at each individual high school. The program is for 300 youth within Lexington who are rising 10th, 11th, and 12th graders. This year they will be making $10 an hour and working part-time for up to 20 hours per week for 6 weeks. The program will begin June 8th and will run through July 17th. There is a form stack on lexingtonky.gov where each individual employer can go and fill out a form to register to host a youth worker. So we really want to tap into what the youth are interested in, and so there are 24 categories that we have used from the Chamber of Commerce directory that will state what type of businesses there are and what type of categories of businesses. So with the Summer Youth Job Training Program, we always look into the household income and economic factors, and those will be kids that take priority for the program as far as applicants and receiving jobs, but it is for everyone. Many area businesses are returning. One of the popular sites for kids is Crank and Boom, and they really take the kids on and do that mentorship component. I know that last year the kids were able to come up with their own ice cream flavors, so that was really exciting. The Human Rights Commission, they're really good with taking the kids on and teaching them all about law, which is really fun for the kids. We will actually be a summer youth job training site again, so this will be our third summer, and we'll take one youth. So kids get to do all sorts of activities within the community, such as adopt a park and help run positive programming for youth. There are many youth that have been successful from the Summer Youth Job Training Program. As a matter of fact, I did get a call from a father who said that his girls, he has like 5 girls, and they've all gone through this program and have loved it. I think the oldest daughter is 28 years old and she's doing really well. But one success story that I can put a name to for Summer Youth Job Training would be Councilmember James Brown. He's gone on to be a successful realtor within the community, as well as a council member that represents the 1st District of Lexington.
The application deadline for interested youth is this Friday, February 28th. The Citizens Environmental Academy is enrolling its next class, and we caught up with some graduates to hear about their experiences at the Academy.
It was the first time that the CEA was being offered 2 years ago, and I think I found out about it through just City Parks and Recreation. They were recruiting for it as a new program, and I was very fortunate to hear about it for the first year.
Well, I had heard about Citizens Environmental Academy last time and stuff, and we thought about it, and I'm recently retired from UK and looking for opportunities to build, and I did a lot of work in sustainability at UK, so when I heard about Citizens Environmental Academy, it seems a natural thing, so applied for it and got a chance to get in.
Our project is called the Stonewall Creek Riparian Project, and we've done a lot of assessment, a geologic assessment, a wildlife assessment, water quality, and learned so much, and we're working on opening it up for education and wildlife viewing and water quality.
I think for just any resident of Lexington, kind of getting an overview of all the different things that the Department of Environmental Quality and Public Works does, as well as some of the associated departments. This is probably the best way for you to learn about all those things. And then even more than that, the ability to get some funding for a self-directed project is really unique and lets any citizen just kind of intervene in the city, get involved, create some projects. It's a really unique opportunity. It's something that doesn't exist anywhere else that I've seen.
The one thing that the Citizens Environmental Academy has taught me is that one person can make a difference. And that's what makes this project so great. Once you start talking about it with neighbors and kids and other groups, we've gotten all these other partners involved. That's been a great enlivening of the neighborhood to work on this park.
One of the things we talk about, I've been telling my friends, is how much confidence we have in our government officials, the kind of commitment they have to whether it's running the traffic lights energy efficient way in the buildings and the water quality and stuff, and getting behind the scenes and learning about that's really been fascinating for me and giving me more confidence that we've got good people around us.
One day I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this pop-up that talked about folks in Lexington who might be really interested in the environment and helping to take care of it. And I thought that was right up my alley. And so I applied for that, and it was a really good decision.
If you've got a passion for anything environmental or city works, it just gives you that great up-close personal view of things you wouldn't normally get to learn about.
Applications are being accepted throughout February and March. Chris Edwards joins us once again with this week's Lex TV Meeting Coverage Preview.
Thanks, Neil. This final week of February is going to be a very busy week here on Lex TV, with 6 meetings we'll be televising and web streaming. We begin with Tuesday's 1 p.m. Council, Budget, Finance, and Economic Development Committee. Here we'll get reports from our Finance Department on the health of the LFUCG finances, as well as the local and national economies. This is always crucial information, but it's even more so now as the LFUCG prepares its fiscal year 2021 budget, which begins on July 1st, 2020. Following the committee meeting at 3 p.m. will be the council work session. Then on Wednesday, you can start your Lex TV binge watching at 1:30 p.m. with the Transportation Policy Committee, followed by the Rural Land Management Board meeting at 3 p.m. And then finally at 5 p.m. is the Board of Architectural Review. The final meeting for the last week of February is Thursday's 1:30 p.m. Planning Commission meeting. This week's agenda will be about zoning items. Now you can see all these meetings live here on Lex TV and web streamed on the city's website. If you can't see them live, they are always available on the archives link at lexingtonky.gov/Lex TV. Neil?
That's all for this week, but as always, you can keep up with us on social media, check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexTrex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For all of us at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.